Thinking about MBBS abroad but confused about where to go, how to apply and whom to trust? Or maybe you are preparing for NEET but still scared, what if it does not work out? In this video, I'm going to give you a complete honest guide on how to get admission in MBBS abroad based on my personal experiences and not just theories. Now before we start, I just want to say one thing. I know I've not been very consistent with my long YouTube videos, and that's honestly because of my internet situation. So basically at my place the network is really weak and I don't even have Wi-Fi. So uploading long videos becomes very difficult. But I genuinely appreciate that you guys wait for my videos. It really means a lot. And don't worry, in the next couple of months when I go back for summer vacation, then I'll be uploading a lot of useful content, especially before the admission season. So do not worry about that. And in between I will also upload some video regarding university tour and all those things. So yeah. So now, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now let's come back to this video. Okay, so in this video I will cover everything like how to get admission in MBBS abroad, best countries, my personal journey and mistakes. Okay, why I chose Uzbekistan, fees, process and eligibility, and how you can safely apply without getting scammed. So make sure you watch it till the end. Now first thing, and this is very important, I know a lot of you are preparing for NEET. Some of you even, some of you are even taking drops. And yes, inshallah, I really hope that you clear it. But at the same time, you should always have a backup plan, okay? Because I've seen so many students who have also come up to me. They were confident they'll clear NEET, but when it didn't happen, they got completely lost, okay? They were lost. And because of that, they wasted 1 full year, not because they want to again study and clear NEET, but because they were lost and they did not have any idea on what they will do now. Get it? Some have even taken 2 to 3 years drop, and personally I don't think that's the best decision, because see, now what has happened is right, that at the end of the day, after doing MBBS you have to do PG, right? Because it's not like MBBS does not have value, but there are too many people who have done MBBS, yeah, way too many people. So you have to do PG, you have to do some specialization to be ahead of that, right? So I think now it's not it does not matter that much on where you are doing your MBBS from, yeah. Because like for example, even if I've seen a lot of people who have done their MBBS from India, but because lack of self-study and all those things, I don't know, because of that they suffered in future, yeah. So you cannot say that all the doctors in who study from India are like the best and everyone who studies from outside is like not the best. That mentality is wrong, yeah. So anyways, instead of wasting years, you can actually start your MBBS and move forward in life, yeah. Because we all know NEET is not the end of the world. A lot of people I have seen, I don't know why they do this, but once they fail NEET, instead of doing MBBS from somewhere else, they do some other courses. Just stop doing that. If you have the potential to do MBBS from abroad, go ahead and do that, because at the end of the day, the value of MBBS is always more than the value of any other degree, right? You all are aware of that, yeah. Anyways, now comes the biggest question: which country is the best for MBBS abroad? So I have divided this into 2 categories, okay? If you have a high budget and if you have a low budget. So if you have a high budget, countries you know very well: USA, UK, Canada, Germany, Italy, or maybe a lot of countries in Europe, yeah. They're amazing, but they're very expensive. Then there are budget friendly countries like Georgia, Egypt, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, so many countries, right? Now listen carefully. Expensive does not always mean better and cheap does not mean bad. This is a myth, okay? I'll share my honest journey, okay? Now initially my top choices were Georgia and Egypt, okay? My dad wanted me to go to Egypt, I wanted to go to Georgia, okay? Now why I didn't choose Egypt, I will tell you guys why I didn't choose these countries. Okay, so why I didn't choose Egypt? Because firstly, the curriculum is very difficult. Okay, 70 to 80% students get backlogs in at least one subject. Okay, so because of this, and the course of it there is already 7 years. Okay, so because of this backlogs, the course can literally extend from 7 to 8 or maybe 9 years as well. So that is a very long time. Yeah, I did not want that, and especially after like the 11th 12th pressure and the NEET pressure, I did not want to experience that kind of pressure again. Okay, because see, for me my mental health is very precious. Okay, even though it is messed up, but it is very precious. Okay, even in 11th 12th I did not believe this fact that you wake up and study all night to give exam. No, at night, if this has happened with me in 12th as well, there were a lot of topics that I did not study, but I left it at night and I slept. Because of this, one thing that happens is that what you have learned, you remember that. Okay, now to learn what you have not learned, you'll stay awake all night and then you'll forget what you have learned. I hope you get it. Yeah, so that is not a good thing, and that affects your health badly. Okay, and yeah, I do not trade my health for anything. That is one thing. Okay, maybe yes, I might be careless in some stuff like maybe eating and stuff, but I do not trade my health, especially my sleep, for anything. Okay, and that is actually somewhere a very good thing as well. Okay, so yes, I did not want that kind of stress again. That's the main reason I did not choose Egypt. Now, why didn't I choose Georgia? Why? Because over there my dad found out that not all universities not all universities follow all NMC guidelines. Okay, there are some universities who do not fully follow NMC guidelines. They do follow majority of it, but some they do not follow. So that was a risky part. Okay, even though a lot of friends I know study there, so there's nothing like that, but personally I did not want to take any sort of risk, so I did not want to go there. Okay, and I'm glad that I did not go, because recently there have been these issues regarding visas where students are not getting the Georgian visa. I don't know, there's something like the government universities, the ones who are studying in government universities, they're not getting visas easily. Because of this, a lot of students had come up to me on my Insta and they wanted transfers from Georgia to Uzbekistan, and we even helped them in that. So such issues have happened. Yeah, so I'm glad somewhere I did not go there. Now, why not Russia? Now, a lot of people ask to me, if you have chosen Uzbekistan, why not Russia? Why Uzbekistan? Yeah, there are so many reasons. Okay, one thing, Russia, Georgia, all these countries are overrated. Okay, especially Russia, it's very overrated. Okay, and apart from that, when I compare Russia to Uzbekistan, in some aspects Uzbekistan holds an upper hand, so that's why I chose Uzbekistan. I'll discuss shortly why I chose Uzbekistan. Anyways, apart from that, I had some personal lifestyle mismatches when I was thinking of Russia. You all know very well. Yeah, I don't think I need to explain that. Anyways, so yeah, because of that I did not choose Russia. Okay, yeah. So finally I chose Uzbekistan, and honestly I'm very happy with my decision. Here's why. Universities in Uzbekistan are NMC approved. Okay, English medium education, medical exposure from the first year. We have real cadavers, not the dummy ones. This was another thing in Georgia, they have dummy cadavers. Okay, then we don't have to give a separate licensing exam for like after MBBS. Okay, it is a budget friendly country and it is less overcrowded compared to other countries. Okay, and another thing that I realized after getting admission, yes, in the beginning I was like, why did I come to this country? That happens with everyone. But one more thing I realized is that education is similar in almost all these countries. Now, as I said, I have friends studying in other countries as well. Yeah, so when we talk, education is somewhat similar everywhere. Okay, some or the other way it's similar. Okay, there might be some pros and cons everywhere, but education is very similar. in all these countries. Okay, maybe if you exclude a couple of them, it is very similar. So I am very happy with my decision. Okay, and to be honest, at the end of the day, it depends on you how you study. Okay, where you're doing MBBS, that does matter, but I don't think it completely matters. It matters more on you, how much you're studying, how much effort you're putting. I know it's very easy to say and difficult to do, because yes, even I find it hard to study. Yeah, like in India, teachers teach you stuff, and you know very well about the education in India, but over there also, even after a teacher teaches you, if you not study by yourself, then nothing's gonna happen, right? Then that's waste. Over here, teachers don't teach you like that in India, but if you study by yourself, it'll work out. So get it. At the end, it depends on you. That's it. That is the thing that you have to understand before getting admission, or if you have got admission. Okay, so now let's talk about the most important thing, fees. So total MBBS cost in Uzbekistan is around 30 to 35 lakh INR, okay, approximately. It does differ based on the rates, okay. It'll basically be around $40 to $45,000 between here, or maybe $35 to $45,000, somewhere between here, okay. You can get it, okay, for entire 6 years. Okay, it will include your tuition fees, your living expenses, basically including everything, every single thing. It will be somewhere around this, okay. And honestly, in some countries this price is like just 1 year's cost. So yeah, you can just figure things out. Yeah, so this is just this is just what is this called, approx range that I have given you. Okay, it will differ from university to university. Okay, now some of the best universities in Uzbekistan are Tashkent State Medical University, Samarkand State Medical Institute, Bukhara State Medical Institute, Andijan State Medical Institute, Fargana State Medical Institute. Why have I mentioned only these 5 universities? Mainly because these 5 universities are reputed. Okay, it is very clear that these universities have, they are NMC approved and reliable. Okay, yeah, there are other universities as well, but there's not much info regarding them online. Yeah, so these universities, I can give you guarantee about the education, about the NMC approval thing of these universities. Okay, now out of these universities, okay, so see, yeah, for those of you who are new, I study at Tashkent State Medical University, which is in Tashkent. Okay, so before we discuss about this, we'll just discuss overall. So in all these universities, the eligibility criteria is that you have to score more than 60% in PCB in 12th, and if you plan to return back to India after your MBBS, then you have to qualify NEET. Now, what is NEET qualification? A lot of you people are confused. It means you have to pass NEET. Okay, like in 2024 when I gave, then for the general category it was 164. 164 you had to score, 164 or more than that to pass NEET. Okay, after that last year it was less, it was around 150. So it differs every year. You have to check your NEET report card. Okay, over there it will be mentioned. So you have to check. Okay, if you plan to return back to India, you have to give NEET. That is a thing that you have to do. So you have to give NEET pass, and then you can come and get admission. Okay, and now specifically talking about TSMU. Okay, in TSMU, apart from these 2 eligibility criteria, there is another one, that is they'll conduct an interview. They'll ask questions from physics, chem and bio, okay, what you have studied, and they can also ask from outside, or everything related to medicine as well, medicine itself. Okay, so they will conduct this interview. Okay, you have to pass the interview to get admission. If you fail the interview, then you cannot get admission. In that case, what can you do? In that case, you can go and get admission in other universities rather than wasting a whole year. Now, education in all these universities are very similar. okay? Just as I said, in other countries, in these universities also, it's little bit here and there, but it's none or the less same, okay, in all these universities, okay? And apart from that, a lot of you people had also asked to me regarding so a lot of you people, when you come to me regarding admission, so a lot of you people asked to me regarding the living expense as well. So let me get this clear in this video. Living expenses in Tashkent is the most. Why? Because obviously it's the capital city, right? So it is more expensive, and other cities are much cheaper compared to this, okay? For example, this year I live in apartment, yeah. So the rent in apartment in in Tashkent is like minimum it'll be $400 to $450 per month, okay? Obviously you live sharing with other people, so per person it reduces, but overall rent I'm telling. Whereas in other cities it can be around $100 to $200, okay, around there. So that is really cheap, yeah. And also like per month how much I spend, like my living expense, if we exclude the rent, my food and other expenses, it's around $150 per month for me, okay? In other cities you can easily survive with $70 to $100, okay, or maybe less, depends on people to people. So from this you get an idea about where it's expensive and where it's cheap, okay? So there are a lot of people, if you have a really tight budget on you, then you can go for other cities. Over there your living expenses will be less, okay? And apart from that, yes, let me get it clear, first year, no matter which university you go to, first year hostel and mess will be compulsory, okay? There is no negotiation for that, yeah. Yeah, okay. Now one very important thing is that there are a lot of scam in this field, okay? If anyone is asking you to pay extra money unnecessarily, don't pay. Always verify everything properly, okay? Everything. And this is basically just like the end of the video, okay? I have basically discussed almost everything, okay? Coming to the main point, how can you get admission? Well, if you need genuine guidance, as I've said, you can message me, okay? If you want admissions, then yeah, I'm right here, because a lot of people, a lot of you know, my subscribers, a lot of my followers on Insta, a lot of you people had faced issues regarding admission, so that is why I have started this thing. I have got more and more info on this admission related thing, and you can just basically just directly message me on my Insta. I will soon open a business WhatsApp thing, so I will start sharing it in my video, so you can directly message me there rather than Insta, because I know a lot of you people do not use Insta, but currently please go ahead, message me on my Insta at Muskan Kausar Official, and I'll personally guide you from choosing the university to the complete process. No pressure and just proper guidance, okay? No hiding, nothing. I will genuinely give you all info, and at the end it's your choice, and then we'll get everything done properly, okay? So yeah, you can just drop down in my DMs. Now this was just the beginning. In upcoming videos I will cover best universities, comparison, what to pack in MBBS abroad, because yeah, I see a lot of you people are interested in this thing, what to pack for MBBS abroad. Then there is, you know, full student life that I'll be discussing, university tour, everything. And also after like 2 months my second year will end, so I will also make a video on how my second year was, what things I learned, what things you should be aware of, so many things, okay? So make sure you subscribe and stay connected, and if this video helped you, don't forget to like and share it with someone who needs this, okay? See you in the next video.